the Franco and the Mincitar. And they also have the 1-1. There's a lot of questions, but it is what it is. Here we are.
I'm excited to see how this goes out, and this is why NA is exciting and interesting. They don't necessarily want to play meta, they still want to have their own identity, true to the North American fashion. This is going to be Fallout up against Area77 in our very first best of 3 series. Let's jump right into it.
Alright, we can already see the feature of both the junglers from both teams, and it seems like without any help from their roamers, the tanks a lot still outspeeds the Alucard. So that's already like bad news for Area77, especially after the snag. But
I mean, it's level 1. It's level 1. We're not expecting to see any kills here. Midnight's is going to get traded out, but so far, he's a little low, and I think Gals wants to force him to get that recall. Shadow Stampede over the wall to keep him alive and make sure that he can enjoy the space that he actually has. But I think we need to start talking about priority here, right? Because again, Melo has been hovering between mid and as well as goal lane.
Yeah, for sure. So when it comes to the priority, I would say that for Fallout, they can really just wait for their timings. They can just really be relaxed about this game, most importantly because they have great late game, as Anna will be poking out Mark Cutie. Now, for Area77, it is so important for them to utilize the Fatal Links in to have some fruit utilizing their Fatal Links. That's what I'm trying to say. Whenever they pop that ultimate, they have to get kills and get objectives.
Okay, but that is all dependent on that level 4. So whether or not they actually get to that point, whether Area77 decides to, throw their support into the mid lane alone while the mid laner heads over to the EXP to get that quick level 4, that could be an option. It looks like the perfect match does connect, but no real follow-up here. It looks like Kay is going to be able to walk away. Turtle now spawning, and this is where it gets really, really interesting.
Yeah. Say that it's gonna be even. They're gonna have both ultimates on both roamers, I would say. Like Fatal Links is now available for Gals.
And both have called Altar 2. Ana is trying to get on in. He already locks the turtle for himself. Secures it as the Fatal Links already comes by. They can't get away from the King's Calling, and immediately we see Fallout just cleaning up shop here. Should technically only find one. Josh still on top of Uzi. He should secure the kill for himself, and there we go. That's going to be a triple kill going over to Fallout for only 1 in trade against Area77.
Ooh, that's really bad for Area77, considering that the turtle also went in favor of Fallout. Because you are already seeing the strength of this composition for Fallout. Very strong when it comes to team fighting because the Pharm is the
He's going in with the Bloody Hunt already into the Fatal Links to pull him under the turret. Gals had a really good idea, but Guaps is not going to let him through. Looks like the crossbow of Tang was not able to keep up with his speed. Talk about 1-1 nerfs.
Well, it still is going to win that gold lane, I would say, especially because they picked up Markity with a flicker commitment. Now they are invading the jungle. Who got it? I think it's the Tanksalot who got it.
Yeah, Tanksalot is able to puncture on out of there. Ooh, ML, a very bold to actually go for the Iron Hook on the Atlas of all people, but the quick collapse on top of Melo puts him at odds against the rest of the team. He will have to be the sacrificial lamb, as the rest of the team will get priority over the top side of the map, but it's not over just yet here. Do they spawn out? No, Prompt cancels his recall, so they have zero idea. They will shred the entire gold shielding. Topside is already pushing, mid is starting to collapse, and this is where we might actually see a turnaround as Wop in that flank, now all by himself. Call Altar is already out, Wop is still alive, but unable to get the crossbow of Tang off in time. The last mark, just at the very end. Lancelot is able to find one as Lava QT and QT back off.
Wow, it's very scrappy. I would say that Area77, had they been able to push the turret, that would be a positive trade for them. It's great that they killed off the 1-1 though, but losing the Beatrix early on at 4 minutes, having 2 that's already on the Beatrix is really bad for their early game power spec that they are looking for. So Area77 has to pick their fights more carefully, I would say. Make sure that Marcury will not be tagged by Fallout. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for them in the latter portions of the game.
Yeah, it's slowly going to stack. And once again, bottom side, the Bloody Hunt flicker straight away from Melo. Gets the Iron Hook as well. And that's going to be the crossbow of Tank to finally secure the kill onto Mark Cutie. No, he doesn't get away from... No, he gets away from this for free as the turtle falls into the hand of Fallout. Wow. A split play from Fallout on two sides of the map, and they were only able to get just the turtle.
Yeah, interesting that they weren't able to kill off Mark Cutie. Like that decision coming out from the Beatrix to pop the ultimate as Lava Cutie with a beautiful flicker to get out on the mid lane. And I think that, yeah, Area77, really surprised that Mark Cutie survived that. He was able to get into the range of the outer turret energy shield, so he got a little bit of more defense against the damage output of Guapzi. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Guapzi, yeah. I'm also assuming that we're saying it correct. We could be butchering the name for all we know. But yeah, no, that's a really key detail there that not many people take into account. But the Iron Hook, great prediction here. Well, not even a prediction. You saw him walk into the bush. As Gal is trying to zone off the rest of the team, Ana is doing a great job checking out Mark QT under his lane, only with his sniper rifle. Can't really do too much here, but at the same time, this could be a potential dive. Midnight's is posturing for it. Ana once again trying to get on top of Mark QT. Will we get the Thorn Rose in time? Nope. A quick flicker is going to pull him out, but Gals gets pulled back by the Shadow Stampede, and the rest of Fallout now looking to collapse to secure this one. Area77 just staggering the recalls.
Wow, great zoning coming out from Fallout. They didn't even have to actually commit to the backlines. Just their presence and the fact that they were able to force the flicker out of Market, it was enough for them to push. Big props to Ana, our Lancelot, who was able to get Marcuty and Gulls Cutie very, very low into the bottom lane. That's the reason why Fallout was able to manage to get that turret into the bottom lane. Now, they will give more farm to the 1-1. Is now sitting at 4K.
Wait, he's about to win the 1v1.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness, once again, Guapki is just crushing it with the help of Mello. Now keep in mind, whenever Mello has his flicker offline, he is going for Mark QT every single time. He's done it 3 times in a row, and I think for Mark QT, he's probably learned his lesson by now.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 was able to get the kill onto the Beatrix. This gives a lot of pressure against Area77. Now Fallout will have free reign over the turtle because it feels like Area77 not having their Beatrix ready for this team fight. They will not oblige. They need that damage. I'm still looking at this Alucard. What is the role that it will play eventually?
Well, ideally Executioner if he didn't get hit by the Iron Hook, but now the rest of the team with the Fatal Links is already looking good, but they're all trying to keep them alive. They've lost Guapzi already as Mark QT shreds them down when Nibiru's passion. They're trying to get away, but Farmus says no, there's so little that we can do. The Purify is good enough, and Glue has just been doing so much work here and can't seem to get out entirely, but the rest of Fallout are confident about this. The Iron Hook does not connect, and as well as the Spear of Glory, but it's going to be Otto who's killing everybody with the Thorn Rose, even straight into his ult. Nothing that he can do. Jaishi, poor guy, just getting pulled back and forth until finally the triple kill secured by Ana.
Great start from Area77 as they are able to pick up Guapzi. I love the fact that when you said that you were looking for executions, was eventually able to take out the 1-1 from the Alucard. However, the fight afterwards, that's when everything fell apart for Area77. Ana was just destroying everyone. The King's calling perfect this time against Area77 so that they will not be able to get away from that zone. And that allowed Ana to just tear through with the tank slot dealing a lot of damage even after focusing on tech items.
Ooh, he gets into the Bennett's range, but the Call Alter trades on both sides. Valentino doesn't have IMU anymore, but it's going to be up to Gal to actually protect Mark QT. He sees Ana, he's trying to get on out of there as Ana Phantom Executions away, able to secure 1 kill on top of the Atlas, but he's still too deep in the enemy lines. Josh QT finally falling down to 1-1, but we get the shutdown from Mark QT to try to even up the score. The tier 1 will fall, but the Iron Hook connects on the Valentina. Say goodbye.
Oh, Mark Cutie gets a great shutdown, but overall Fallout still wins the battle as they take out 3 in exchange for 1. They even get a turret, and now Guapzi! Oh my goodness, this is really bad for Area77, especially because the map has been now controlled by Fallout and the Lord has respawned.
This is a terrible position, right? It may be 5k gold lead in favor of Fallout, and usually for a team of Area 77's caliber, they're able to bounce back, but also keep in mind that their composition is very snowball heavy because of this Alucard, and more importantly so, the lack of turns means that Area 77 has very little means to actually fall back and recuperate from the damage that Fallout has been consistently pressing against them.
It's gonna be great for sure for Fallout. They still want to fight this.
Wow, they're so brave. They're so brave, but here comes the conceal. The flip coming in from Melo. He wants Mark QT so bad. He's chasing him to the ends of the earth, and that means that Atlas must give up his life. Iron Hook already connected onto one. Bobby QT now finally down by that bloody hump, but Dash is still alive, goes back into the fight, tries to get a reset up, but now he's stuck in the middle of 3. Unleashing the power doesn't make any difference against Uzi and Melo. Everybody is just way too tanky.
Man, there's a lot of pull coming up from Fallout. You saw the Iron Hook connecting, even the spear coming out from the mid start, even the Shadow Stampede is a guaranteed pull. Everybody's just being displaced from Area 77. Look, Clumsy.
What?
Will.
Oh my goodness. Okay, now that one, that was just a flex. I think I can agree with the game pause on this one. That was just disrespectful. But Wapsi, wow, so confident to walk on in 1 HP as well.
Wow, this is how dominant Fallout has been. If the 1-1 can do that against the enemy, just to confidently disrespecting the space of the defending team under the turret, I think that's how you feel that there's a lot of strength already that they have amassed. It's almost impossible for them to win this, unless, of course, Scout's Kitty finds a great Fatal Links opener. But even then, they will have Marcury. They need Marcury to deal the damage.
Oh, here's the opener that we're looking for. Only finds soon. Phantom Execution is already on out. Their own call altar that's been stolen turns this fight around and keeps them all alive. The Iron Hook connects on K, but it doesn't really matter just yet. As the mid inhibitor falls, top side is also collapsing in too. Area 77, this is going to be a difficult base defense. I don't think they can actually hold on to their inhibitors at all. So Fallout continue to punish. Takes one more inhibitor before dipping out of there. Lord coming back up in 94 more seconds, in Area 77 seems to be running out of time.
Definitely so. The fact that they have 6 deaths of the Beatrix is already bad news for them. There was a time though that the Beatrix coming out from Mercury has a little bit of gold over his opposing gold laner, but it didn't last long. And this means that Fallout will have the better mid-game even. We're not even reaching the late game at this point.
And now the conceal comes on through, looking for a potential pick. Midnight is able to Shadow Stampede out there, but Uzi, he doesn't mind locking everybody off of the call. Oh my goodness, the King's calling, locks off 3 people. They can't seem to get back in onto the fight, into the Fatal Links. It's both call altars being activated at the same time, and Mark QT gets pulled in by the Spear of 40, and now btkzia is able to actually play around the outer edges of the team fight and start picking them off one by one. Iron Hook from Melo once again, just crushing it, unstoppable coming up from this 1-1, and Fallout looking to close this out from the mid wave. They found everything that they need and a crossbow of Tang just to seal the statement. It's Wapsi.
And quietly out there, 12-0-13 from a Faramis. 12-0-13. That's how dominant this was from the mid laner of Fallout, and eventually the entirety of the composition. The